Thank God for the wigs that are available. People doing it for business. So I said, synthetic, I'll use it for now until I finish you. Right now, I'm, you know, still taking the, preventative medicine. I'm going there. I think I'm going to have time. The road wasn't easy. I underwent surgery, a process that was both physically and emotional, physically, mentally, emotionally draining. But through it all, God's strength carried me. I was just saying, Lord, I want this removed. This big blob in my stomach, it was not in my stomach, it grew in the stomach on the wall of my stomach. The doctor said it's right actually in the middle between the walls, between the wall, the inside and the outside of the wall, the muscles in between. It grew there, but then it grew outside. Just, I say it grew like a cabbage. And I just wanted that thing removed. I said, Doctor, please, can't you guys remove it? He said, oh, we have to run this test. Do we have to do more scans? We have to go through this and all that. And 2 more scans before we can determine. Okay. And we went through that, and they said, if we find that it has metastasized or it has gone to other organs, then we are not going to do any surgery. We're going to just let you take medication till your day comes. I said, Doctor, please, I want it removed. He said that the scan will determine what we'll do. So I went and did the scan. Getting to that scan was not easy. First and foremost, even for the scan, I went all the way, drove all the way to Oklahoma City, got to the to the house, to the cancer clinic. And we were in the wrong place because I had 2 appointments at that time. So I so happened that when I went to the first one, because I didn't know where the lab was, and the lady said, oh, have a seat and wait. So we sat. Meanwhile, I'm losing my time downstairs. I didn't know the lab was downstairs. That's where I needed to be first before I saw the doctor. So later I'm like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to get my scan the last 15-30 minutes ago. And then she said, oh, you haven't done the scan yet? I think you need to go back downstairs. Oh, Lord. I said, oh, my God. Downstairs where? Okay. What? First floor? We rushed there. Getting there, they said, no, you're too late. We said, it's just 15 minutes late. They said, no, it's too late for that medicine. It expires fast. Once they open it, it expires. So you were not here. So we were upstairs. We were in the wrong place. The lady told us to sit down. And and oh gosh, I said, my goodness, do you know that we come from a long distance place? Anyway, eventually I'm like, okay, I guess nothing to do. This is just wasted time. They had to say, they said, okay, maybe let's check if the main hospital has it. If they can do it, they checked and no, we don't have any space today. So they scheduled another day, and another day we went there, and oh boy, that was another struggle. All my veins, first nurse tried nothing, second tried nothing, third came and tried nothing, fourth, fifth, sixth. Evening is getting late. They were saying, I think we need to let you go. I said, no. And I'm praying and my veins, they just can't find it. They can't find it. I mean, up to this 6, wait a minute. There were 8. And they only continued because I kept emphasizing, please don't give up. Please don't give up. It's my hand and I am saying, continue looking for the veins. Because most times they freak out when they say, oh no, we've tried and we can't. So anyway, eventually, finally, one happened there. And anyway, those emotional situations can just, First and foremost, I was like, wait, this is nuclear section of medical nuclear. Okay, okay. I thought radiation, I don't like that to hear those kind of words, but anyway, I'm just bringing it out just to show you. I just want to be open and share the emotional toll that went went through. And they did the scan. There were two scans. I think one of those PET and then the other one CT. So they did all that, and then the next thing I'm waiting. So one day I was driving and a doctor calls me and I said, "Doctor, wait, let me pull over. I need to pull over before I can hear what you say because I don't know what the news I'm gonna hear. It's they're gonna do the surgery or they're gonna say it's too late." So I pull over and the doctor says, "Well, I have good news for you." I say, "Oh, thank you." He's like, "Well, your the thing has not gone to other organs. It's growing on its own, standing on its own in your stomach. So it's big, quite big." So he gave me the, whatever the size, and I said, I didn't pay attention to the size because, okay, centimeter this and that. I was just the good news that so that surgery can be done was really the best. The next thing is you need to schedule to come to the, so they start scheduling you for the preparation for surgery. So that's how it happened, and I went and uh, 2 days, 3 days, no, 2 days later, I went to see the surgeon and signed all the papers, asked all the questions they did, and this one comes and checks on this one comes and tells you the site. I finished all that, and I was so glad that they're gonna remove it. And when the day came, I prepared. We went and had the surgery. So God's strength carried me because that surgery. I mean, they cut me from up here. Let me tell you. They cut me. I'm not going to open and show you because that will be exposure. They cut me from up here to where got to my umbilical cord, got around it, came down, went down because, and the doctor said we had to do that because it's big. I said, "What's the size?" In if you just describe it, said almost your head. I'm like, my goodness, that was big. Okay, yeah, I'm glad they got it out. So in the hospital, while I was still in the hospital, even though it was very painful and all that, I was always grateful and I always say, I'm still thankful. Even though I'm sitting in a lot of pain, I am grateful that this thing is out, you know. So God's strength carried me. I am so grateful to share that the surgery was successful and the cancer was removed. Gone. I don't want it back. It's an incredible testimony of God's faithfulness. God is faithful. Before that, I had prayer and community. Prayer and community is very important. Before all this, when I got the news and all that, I called, let different people know, prayer warriors to pray for me, people to pray for me, the church, our pastor. A lot of people stood with me in prayer. Both in United States, in Africa, in UK, people were praying for me. A number of people encouraged me to keep fighting on and not to give up. I want to thank everyone who prayed for me. It's difficult to mention the names, of the people who prayed for me, checked on me. My Pastor Shayana was one of them. A lot of people prayed for me. The church back in Uganda, I have churches back in Uganda. I started ministry there before I came to the U.S. I started preaching the gospel in 1989, actually. Yeah, 1989. End of 89, beginning of 1990. That's when I started. We started, going to different places, going to the islands, going places. But before that, we did evangelism on one-on-one. So I have a ministry in Uganda, northern Uganda, called Zoe Global Outreach. And the gospel, and I preach there especially after this cancer. I said, no, God has given me a second chance. I have got to serve Him more vigilant. And I started asking myself, I said, if Paul the apostle was living in our time, my goodness, he would use all means to preach the gospel. What am I doing?